What's going on, everybody? DJ Minds here. All right, guys, look, there's no way to sugarcoat this at all. It's a bloodbath. I'm down very big. I'm sure most of you are, but that's all right, man. And I'm going to talk about today, just getting straight into it, BTC being under $20,000. Ethereum is now under $1,000. Profitability for miners. If you don't care about the miners, you better start caring, because that's how you get these coins created. Fear in the market, especially newer investors. Hold the line. S&P 500 cycle. And you might be wondering, why is that relevant? Believe me, it is, and you'll know why later. Bitcoin halving cycles and my plans moving forward. So yeah, let's talk about it. This is what you're waking up to right now, guys. At the making of this video is June 18th, and it's about 9 a.m. EST. Bitcoin is barely hanging on to $19,000. This is a very bad psychological number, because what is honestly the difference between $20,000 and $19,000 from a value point? It's not that big. I mean, it says it's 7.36% around there. That's fine, right? But that's not what we're talking about. This does something, because there's really not a lot of support for Bitcoin or Ethereum. If we look at it, I mean, come over to Bitcoin, right? Let's just look at the 1 year. You know, you can't really get much data, but if you look at everything else, right? This support, I guess you could say, I mean, I wouldn't even call this a support line around here at this 1900 mark. This little thing right here, below that, guys, this is where we fall down to around, I don't know, 15, and then maybe even hitting 10K. You can see there's really nothing to catch it. Bitcoin is so new. Crypto is so new. There's nothing to catch this, and you never want to catch a falling knife. A falling knife is as it looks, just go straight down. And so we don't really know what's going on. We really don't. Nobody does, and anybody tells you they do, I just don't know what they're talking about. So Ethereum, again, another psychological number, anything under $1,000. What does this do, guys, when using a psychological number? It gets the media talking about it. It gets everybody spreading FUD. And honestly, a lot of it is true. I mean, anytime you find yourself losing this amount of money, especially in like the course of a month or two, I mean, it's somewhat valid, to be honest with you. So yeah, this hurts a lot. This is a psychological number. So I think at this moment, I would not be surprised if we hit 15,000 and 10,000. Now that sounds really bad, and it sounds like I'm not pro Bitcoin, but I am, and you'll find that out. All right, so let's talk about the profitability for miners. This is huge, guys. These are the people who are creating your coin, unless you're using proof of stake. But Ethereum, which is pretty much what everyone's doing, is not proof of stake. So 1 giga hash right now, that's actually a decent bit of hash rate. What could a crypto miner be making off of that? $13.10. $13.10. That is a terrible return on your investment. The break-even point is awful, and that's before power, guys. Imagine if you had free electric and you're just making $13.10. And now yesterday, fair warning, that was $10. I do think, and I would suspect, that over the course of the next day or two, this will get a lot worse, right? Because this is just happening right now with Ethereum. I would not be surprised if you're getting around $10 for a 1,000 gigahash. It is what it is. And so profitability is very low, and it does not look appealing really to anyone. We're going to use one of the most popular GPUs right now, 3070, one of the best on the market, and that's getting you, let's see, a grand total of about 79 cents before power. So that could be 40 cents. That could end up getting you 50 cents. Guys, bloodbath right now for the crypto miners. All right, so now I want to address the fear in the market. What is the sentiment? So I'm seeing so many newer people, inexperienced people, not just about the crypto mining side, but crypto in general, that are freaking out. They're selling everything that they have. They're selling all their GPUs like this because they think this is it, man. It's all over. It's like this huge dramatic scene, right? I've been trading stocks for probably 11 years, at or around there. It could be a little more, could be a little less. And so I've been through a lot of cycles through the stock market. And I remember when I was new, it was probably the scariest thing ever to see your account go down 20, 30, 40, 50%, right? And you psychologically, yes, you want to sell, or I have sold in the past and made a huge mistake. But believe me, guys, this is the cycle of life. I know it sounds cliche. It is what it is, man. It's just going to happen. Now, hopefully you're in a position where you're not living off of this. Hopefully you're not day trading and that's how you're feeding your kids. Because if you're doing that, my friend, you have put yourself in a very dangerous place. And I don't want to kick you while you're down, but you know, you should never do that. You should never be in one market so heavily. So let's look at it. Bitcoin is down year to date 60%, guys. That is damaging. That is life-changing money in a negative way. 60%, right? 60%. If you bought there or you bought at the high, I don't really know where you bought, but you're down majorly. Yeah, if you bought at the high, you're probably down a lot more. Obviously, this is going to make you think, hey, you know what? It's time to sell out. But guys, where else can it go? Like I said, can it drop another 50% from here? Absolutely. Do not get confused. It absolutely can. But after that, I mean, below 10,000, I see nines here and there, but I mean, what's the point at this point? Like, if you haven't already sold by now, in my opinion, not financial advice, if you haven't already sold, it's too late, man. You're way too late for that. And again, my heart goes out to the people that have to stop crypto mining. I really feel bad for them. I will not stop. It's just going to keep going for me. I've seen these cycles, not necessarily for crypto, because, you know, crypto is on the newer side, but people that say, hey, crypto is supposed to be this hedge against inflation. That's, for me, was one of the most appealing things. That's what I thought as well. Apparently it's not, because inflation is up 8.4%, and this is not going up at all. Nobody cares right now. Nobody cares. The market sentiment is awful. And again, I'm just seeing so many new people sell out on everything they have, whether that's the stock, whether that's crypto, whether that's their GPUs. Everybody wants out. And I do think a lot of those people, most of those people, are going to regret it 3 years from now, 5 years from now, right? It's always a long game. You never, not financial advice, you never want to look at the short term, because who cares? Who knows? I don't know what the price will be tomorrow. Nobody does, but I can tell you what I think with the educated guess, the long-term market, right? If you haven't already sold out, what is the point if you selling right now so you can put it into cash? What are you going to do with that cash, guys? I'm very curious. What are you going to do with that cash? Are you going to keep it in cash? And then every month or every couple months, it's worth less and less and less. You see what I'm saying? So you're losing money any direction. It doesn't really matter where you're losing your money. I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't. It's not like you're going to go find some awesome stock right now and it's going to boom and you're going to 10x. Like, this is what the market is. And I personally, what my strategy has been, and it's always been, is to buy the best coins or to get payouts in the best coins, like Bitcoin. I believe in Bitcoin long term. Ethereum, you know, I used to believe in Ethereum a lot. I really used to when I was new. With proof of stake, I'm not sure that proof of stake is going to go well. It really could, but I don't know that, and nobody knows that. And I don't really believe in Ethereum as much. Do I have a little bit of Ethereum? I do, because I hit a block recently, crypto mining, but besides that, man, like, I really don't know. Now, where you start to get extremely risky is like Flux, right? I love Flux, by the way. I love this project. I love Ergo. I love a lot of these smaller coins, but these are much riskier plays at times like this. And this could absolutely 10x your money, 20x your money years from now. I'm not saying it couldn't. What I'm saying is, for me and my personal strategy, I like to go for the safe bet, right? You know, investing in coins that are like 42 cents or something like that. I mean, you're kind of gambling, not even kind of, you are certainly gambling. This is not maybe the best decision. On the other hand, again, I can see how you would say, hey, you know what, 42 cents is a steal of a deal. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You do what you think is best. I'm pretty much pure Bitcoin. I get payouts in all Bitcoin, and I'm confident that 10 years from now, Bitcoin will be incredible. The other coins, such as Raven coin, all these others, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen 10 years from now. Who knows? All right, the S&P 500 cycle of about the last 100 years. Here is the chart here. You look, the date doesn't really matter. The pattern is what matters here, okay? It goes up, it crashes down. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it back and forth, right? Since forever, since the beginning of time. This is what happens. This is what will happen. This is what will continue to happen, right? And as you can see here, the latest data they have is February 2022. Obviously, it takes a while for them to get the data, and we'll see what happens. But I can tell you, we're probably way down here right now, and we're going to continue to go way down here. But guess what? Not financial advice, but I really genuinely think that we'll go back up, right? And it goes back and forth. And this is just the cycle of life, man. So if you look at this in a very small bit of data, right? You look at the hourly, the daily, the weekly, hell, even the monthly, you might be thinking, man, look at these charts. This is so bad. The end is here. But if you look on a larger scale, and every time you zoom out more and more, the patterns make more sense, right? The longer period of time that you look at, the more you should feel comforted, the more you should say, you know what, this might be bad for another year or two, or hell, even 3 or 4. But after that, you'll be fine, more than likely. I mean, this is not my opinion. This is fact, right? And again, it's not crypto, but don't tell me right now that crypto isn't following the stock market, right? Let's look at PayPal. This one's too big to fail. This has always been an incredible stock. Year to date, down 62.6%. Does that sound familiar at all at the BTC price when we looked at the 1 year? Now, this isn't the year to date for Bitcoin. This is the 1 year overall, 46%. And again, we said it was about 60% down for Bitcoin, but PayPal, 62% year to date. Does that sound like it doesn't follow the pattern at all? What about Nvidia? Too big to fail. Down nearly 50% year to date, guys. 50% year to date. And that is just Nvidia. That's a huge company, one of the biggest companies on planet Earth. And let's even look at Amazon. For so long, Amazon has been thought that this could never fail, that this would never break 2,000. Now they had a stock split, so you're seeing a little bit different here, but guys, down 37%. This is one of the biggest companies, if not the biggest company in all of America. Really, it is. Everybody uses Amazon. Who does not use Amazon? So don't tell me, right, that you can't look at stocks and have some sort of prediction or some idea of what is going on, because we'll never fully know what's going on with crypto. Nobody does. But believe me, the S&P cycle, you can look at it and you can feel better about what's going to happen. All right, so let's talk about the Bitcoin halving and the cycles of Bitcoin. So again, the crypto miners are the ones who are creating this Bitcoin for everyone to use. And that's pretty much the easiest way to say it. Every 4 years, it gets more and more difficult. Actually, it becomes about half, right? So if you were making, for example, 2 Bitcoin before, and now the next halving, you're making 1 Bitcoin. And after that, you would make a half of a Bitcoin, and the cycle continues. That way, all of the Bitcoin is not mined, right? That way, because otherwise everybody would just do it in a year if they never did this, right? Because the difficulty and the hash rate would change. So let's look at the cycle here, man. You see 2012, you see 2016, you see 2020, then upcoming is 2024, and this is a key one, and then 2028. And you can see how much Bitcoin has been pushed out. In the very beginning, lots of Bitcoin are being pushed out, right? Look at this wheelbarrow of a guy pushing up this cliff, and you can see how it kind of straightens out, and this will continue to happen, right? 20.3 million Bitcoin by 2023. So let's look at another chart, guys, and I hope this really helps you out here. Now, if you look at these vertical lines here, right? This one, there's one here, there's one here. You can imagine the next one that's going to come in 2024. Even look at the colors here. As we get to these cycles, because these are about 4-year cycles, right? This isn't my opinion. This is just what has happened historically. As you get to this line, we start to move up, right, in price. As we start to get to this yellowish, maybe that's a beige color. Let me know how you're seeing that, right? The price starts to drive up. And the further that we get away from that, the worse it gets, right? So let's look at the 2012 one. You can see it hits this line, boom, skyrockets, right? Then it kind of fizzes out. We get into this white, boom, it shoots up as we hit the next halving. And wow, look at the last one, 2020, right? We boomed up, kind of died out, got closer to it, boom. Now we hit this pink over here on this right side. We're currently somewhere in this white, and so obviously we're going to decline, right? And I would not be surprised if we declined a little bit more. But as we get closer to 2024, historically, I don't know this for a fact, but historically, as we get closer to 2024, we should drive the price up, right? So people who aren't looking at these kind of things, people who aren't understanding the market, who aren't looking at the charts, who are instead pulling up their Robinhood, which I do use Robinhood for the charts, really just for the charts itself, because it's quick and easy. They're looking at that, oh, it's all over. Oh my God, we got to panic. Oh, it's time to freak out. But guys, it's not time to freak out, right? It's really not. And so this brings me to my next point, right? Can you take advantage of this, right? Plans moving forward. Like, what can you do? What can you honestly do? What am I doing personally? You know what I'm doing? I'm going to continue to mine throughout this. So under $10,000 is personally where I'm interested in buying the coin and also mining, but mining might have to be shut down at that point, right? Because I don't know, will we be able to afford electricity when you're really just making a few pennies here and there? I want to continue to crypto mine through all of it. But if there are certain points or certain weeks or certain months where I just have to turn off for a month or 2 or 3, it is what it is, right? That's when I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll buy the coin or a little bit of the coin, because I'm not just trying to lose money, right? At the end of the day, I know there's a lot of people who always say, you know, it's all about the fun and stuff. For me, it's all about the money first, and then the fun comes with it. I have fun making money. I really like money. I'm sure most of you do. You wouldn't make it to the end of this video right here or this part of the video if you weren't interested in the money. If you've made it this far, by the way, please put in hashtag money. hashtag money, MONEY. Now, is it all grim and bad? I really don't think it's all grim and bad, guys. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm being so cheap. I am Mr. Scrooge right now. Oh, you want to hang out Saturday and go golfing? Can't do it, bud. Sorry, wish I could. The kids want to go do this or that. I'm taking them out every now and then, but we're doing it the cheap way, man. We're going to McDonald's. No more Texas Roadhouse, right? I'm being Mr. Scrooge. Why? Because right now, right, my kids are young and they don't really understand, right? They're not going to remember if I took them, you know, a year or two, or even 10 years from now. They're not going to remember if I took them to McDonald's or Texas Roadhouse to have a nice dinner, or if I took them to the really expensive place or the cheap little bouncy castle for $6 a person, right? Because in the long run, right, we're going to benefit their life. I'm going to change their life. I'm also going to change my life and my wife's life, because we're going to capitalize in this bear market, right? Stocks right now, for me, to me, are the best thing you can do, is starting to invest in good, solid companies. I'm not talking about day trading. I'm not talking about buying TTCF or some random low piece of crap stock, right? I'm talking about big, solid companies, Nikes of the world, your Disneys of the world. At these prices, PayPal, are you kidding me? 70% down. This is generational wealth. Now, again, if you have all of your money tied up into the stocks, tied up into crypto, firstly, hopefully this is a good lesson for you and you've learned your lesson to never, ever, under any circumstance, you know, overextend yourself. And, you know, myself, I have about 9 gigahash crypto mining. Some of it's mining, some of it's not. And you could see like, oh, or you could say, wow, maybe he's overextended. I'm really not, right? Because you have to say, if I have $100,000, I'm okay with losing 10% of that in crypto, right? So, you know, don't put all of your money into it. Hopefully you've learned a lesson from this. And guys, I do think this is the opportunity for really everybody, crypto miners, stock people, whatever, to change your life forever. Maybe you'll go down a little bit more after you buy it, and that's fine. And I'm not saying buy right now, by the way. I do think it's going to get a lot worse, but consider buying, or buying stocks that you think are good. Continue to crypto mine if you can throughout this ice age, because it's not even a bear market anymore. It's the freaking ice age, and it's just the beginning, in my opinion. I love every single one of you. Again, if you made it to the end of this video, hashtag money, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Let me know if you want more updates. Oh, check me out on Twitter as well, at DJ Waters, at DJ Waters on Twitter. Peace.